rebuilding. The catastrophic failure, a new start, physically, mentally, our careers, our businesses. Step back, first step, next step. The driver in me just wants to get it done tomorrow. We'll do this, do that, let's move this, where are we at with this? You build some confidence, build some self-esteem, start to feel better about yourself. The Silverback Blueprint Podcast, a show for men over 40. We focus on getting stronger, staying motivated, building discipline, creating a community, and becoming truly happy. Hey guys, and welcome to episode 184 of the Silverback Blueprint Podcast. You don't lose weight with exercise. So, that's a popular belief, is when you want to lose weight, you have to exercise. But the way it works is you can't outtrain your diet. You can't outtrain your routine. You can't outtrain your rituals. You can't outtrain your bad habits. For sure, we want you to exercise so you're fitter and you're stronger. You have more energy, more clarity, all the physical and mental attributes that are important with exercise. Weight loss without exercise isn't the same, because we want to lose the weight, but we also want to be better physically. We want to have more energy. We want to have more strength. We want to be able to be more capable. If we sat there and we just lost 40 pounds doing some crazy 800 calorie diet, for sure you'll lose 40 pounds, but half of what you lose is going to be muscle. You're going to actually be weaker. You're going to have less energy. You're not going to function better. Yes, you're going to be lighter, but you're going to be like that helium balloon that you get at your birthday. It's all full, and then like a week later you find it in a corner. Still a balloon, but it's all deflated and squishy and kind of looks like a balloon, just a smaller, softer, yucky version. So if we sit there and we just drop 40 pounds and we don't hang on to muscle tissue and we don't try to, keep some lean muscle mass going and some shape, well then, yes, we fit into 2 sizes smaller jeans, but we don't look any better. We don't feel a lot better, right? We'll feel, lighter, so that's better, but we didn't increase our cardio capacity. We didn't increase our endurance. We didn't tighten our core. We didn't increase our physical functionality. So when I say you don't lose weight with exercise, what I mean by that is you can't train and burn off enough calories to create a deficit big enough to overcome bad eating habits. It doesn't work. And you've heard it before. You can't outtrain a bad diet. But you know what? You still can't outtrain a good diet if that diet is bringing in too many calories. I run into that sometimes when I deal with clients who go, I eat really clean, I eat really good. So I look at them and I go, well, that may be, but you may just be eating too good. If you sit there and you're eating chicken, that's great. And if you sit there and you're eating brown rice, oh yes, that's healthier than normal rice, kind of. If you're eating sweet potato over normal potatoes, that's a little healthier, kind of, right? Eating a lot of greens, great. But if you're eating more calories per day than you need, more calories than you burn off, and there's a surplus of calories, you're going to be gaining weight. Now, if it's whole food and clean food, the rate at which you gain weight will be slower, but you're still going to gain weight. Or at the very least, you won't be losing any weight. It comes down to simple math. If you're taking in 3,000 calories a day and your body only burns 2,500 calories a day, and now I say burns 2,500 calories a day, I don't mean just on exercise, I mean on just staying alive, living, breathing, your basic metabolic needs to keep the lights on, to keep the brain going, to keep the heart pumping, right? There's a certain amount of calories that your body needs. The bigger you are as far as physical, with muscle, lean muscle tissue and all those things, you require more calories. But if you're still taking in more than you need, you're not going to lose weight. And odds are you're going to gain weight. Now, we get away with it sometimes when we're younger because we're physically more active overall. We're eating less overall. But when we get to be 40 and 50, we still think we're as active as we were when we were 20. Now, I run into a lot of 20-some-year-olds now that sit behind a computer all day long, gaming or computering or officing, as I like to call it. These are all real verbs. So they're burning very little calories to begin with. And then they have the terrible, let's go out for drinks 4 nights a week and be social. I get it. We're young. We want to be social. So we're pounding in extra calories through alcohol. That alcohol is suppressing hormone production, clogging up the liver so it can't metabolize fat. even if I want to burn fat. I can't because it's busy clearing the alcohol poison out of our body. So as we get older, those processes catch up to us. As we get older, we don't realize just how much more we're eating than we used to. When we were younger, we didn't have as much money, so we didn't spend as much on booze. We didn't spend as much on food. We didn't go out to the restaurants as much, at least when I was younger. We were busier. We had more shit to do. We had jobs. We had to work harder. Some of us had 2 jobs. We were just on the move. So it was easier to maintain a lower weight because we weren't taking in as much and we were more active. But the principles then are still the principles now. If you take in more than you need, you're not going to lose weight. And if you take in much more than you need, you're going to gain weight. You know, the whole genetics, it's my genes. My genes are why I'm fat. Your genes make you look fat. Listen, at the end of the day, your genes may be predisposed that your metabolic rate is a little slower. But it's how you eat. It's the environment you put yourself in. It's environmental. Do you live in a house where everyone eats tons of food and desserts and pastas and breads and stuff like that? If that's the environment, that's a lot of calories. If you live in a house where the environment is about exercise and activity and eating clean and eating well, everyone in that family is going to look different, regardless of their genetics. My kids genetically are pretty fast metabolism, but they're also 16 and 18 and they're playing hockey and working out and going to school. I have to fight with them to eat. So yeah, they're leaner. They're healthier, but they're leaner because that's where they're at. But the moment one of them gets to a point where they become more sedentary, do less physical activity, start eating, start drinking, universities coming up and stuff like that, those kind of things happen, weight gain will happen. So genetics has a lot less to do than people want to blame it. It's usually an excuse. It's my genetics. Everyone in my family was overweight. Well, again, slight disposition towards that maybe with genetics, but really it's because everybody in your family ate the same way. Everyone in your family was under the same house. Everyone in your family had similar habits. The only way to lose weight is to take in less calories than you burn off. That's it. That's the math, pure and simple. People want to fight it. They want to disbelieve it. They want to come up with this diet versus this keto versus Atkins versus Mediterranean, vegetarian. This is water fasting, some crazy shit I'm hearing about lately. Water fasting, drink only water for a week, no food. Someone was showing that to me. I still haven't wrapped my head around that. I have to look into that. But people are searching for that wonderful diet, that special diet. This is the thing that's going to make the big difference. And listen, all those diets only work if you're in a deficit, meaning you're taking in less calories than you're burning off. Right? You don't have to starve yourself. We don't want to do that. But if you should be eating 2,800 calories and you take in 2,300 calories a day every day, guess what? You're going to lose weight. You lose a little bit of weight every week. That's not dramatic. You're not going to lose a ton right away, but you're going to lose weight. Yes, the quality of carbs we eat have an effect on us, but they have more of an effect on performance and how we feel. The quality of food we eat makes a difference in how our body reacts and the energy we have, and that has an effect on how we recover from workouts and stuff like that. But still, if you're allowed 300 grams of carbs a day and you choose to burn up 150 of them eating Mars bars, you're still going to lose weight as long as you stay on target. It's not the best way. It's not the most efficient way. You're not going to feel great all the time. You're going to have a big spike in sugar from the Mars bar, then it's going to drop and you're going to feel like crap. But it still works. So people turn around and say, oh, it's your genes. That's why you're able to eat this stuff. No, it's just people that are leaner tend to eat less food than they burn off. That's really what it comes down to. There is the odd genetic freak, right, that can do all those things. Eat as much as they want. I've never seen the gain weight, but those are pretty rare. You don't see those a lot. Let's be honest. But we use it as an excuse. We use it as our out, right? And at the end of the day, that's no good. It just doesn't work that way. So you can train twice a day. You can go balls out. You can throw up every workout. And if your food's not in a better situation, you're going to lose a little bit of weight initially, especially if you've been sedentary, because it is a bit of a change. but that's a week, maybe 2 weeks at the most. But that's where people, I think, get on that whole, I'll train it. I hear people talking, I had a big weekend, I got to do an extra workout. No, you had a big weekend, so just eat tighter for the next 3 days to compensate for it. Or don't have those big weekends. Stop celebrating everything all the time for any reason. We give ourselves too many outs. We give ourselves too many reasons to celebrate that aren't real reasons, to justify why we're drinking a bottle or half a bottle or a bottle of wine at dinner. I heard it's healthy for you. It's got resveratrol in it. Well, first off, that study was flawed. It's coming out now showing that it's not as effective as everyone thinks it is. And the sheer amount of resveratrol you need to have a health benefit, you'd have to drink something like 4 bottles of wine every day, if not more, I think. And what happens is that the little positive thing you might get out of the resveratrol will quickly be outdone by the cirrhosis of the liver that you acquire because you decided that wine was the best way for you to do that. You can buy the supplements resveratrol, but we use that as an excuse. I had a stressful day, so I just need this wine to do this. Or I deserve to have this great meal. I need a treat. Well, maybe you do. But there's other ways to treat yourself. Or try to clean up your situation so you don't feel you need these treats all the time to make yourself feel better. Because at the end of the day, it's how we look and feel that truly triggers how we feel about ourselves. It is. If you've hopped on a scale and you've lost 5 pounds, don't tell me that doesn't make you happy. Don't tell me that doesn't put you in a good mood. All I'm saying is don't leave it to, fate, whether you lose weight or not. If your goal is to lose weight, do the things you have to do. Weigh your food, measure your food, know the calories you have to take, have your goals, and go after them and follow them. It's that simple. You can't out-train it. You can't exercise enough to lose 30 pounds. I want you to exercise. I want you to be fitter. I want you to be stronger. I want you to tone those muscles, for sure. But exercise isn't how you're going to lose 20 pounds, 30 pounds, 50 pounds more. It is not exercise. It's how you eat, what you eat, the focus on the steps. That's the only thing. Anyone telling you anything less than that is either lying to you or trying to sell you a quick fix. There is no quick fix because you didn't get 50 pounds overweight overnight. You can turn it around. You can make a huge difference in weeks, obviously. But you got to go into a deficit. You got to pay for your sins a little bit. I want you to exercise more. I just want you to eat a little less. And if you need help figuring that out, reach out to me. kurthaas@gmail.com. That's all I have to say on that for now, guys. Head on over to iTunes. Leave us a positive review, 5-star rating. Head on over to hostilegear.com. Get your You Don't Lose Weight with Exercise hoodie. Use the code word Silverback. Get 20% off. And as always, guys, work hard, motherfuckers. And I'll talk to you guys later.